In 2009, the committee for the annual Cheyenne Frontier Days celebration in Cheyenne, Wyoming, claimed 7 animals were treated for injuries at its infamous rodeo. Shark's video documentation showed that the number of animals requiring treatment was more. Dozens of victims were injured. So having been exposed as liars in 2009, Cheyenne just didn't talk about how many animals were injured in 2010 and refuses to release animal injury reports. But rodeo promoters couldn't stop Shark's videos that exposed the dozens of injuries to calves, steers, horses, and even a bull whose leg was broken. We won't allow their suffering to simply be forgotten. The documentation in this video represents just a portion of those injured animal victims. It's hard to understand how rodeo fans miss the obvious cruelty. Any halfway intelligent person can see that this is animal abuse, nothing more. In the case of the bull, the rodeo announcers never had the guts to call it a broken leg, although anyone could see it was broken. They called it a, quote, injury, unquote, almost like it was just a sprain. The rodeo blowhards even had the nerve to claim the bull would survive. Nonsense. Large animal veterinarian Peggy Larson scoffed at the notion that the bull could be successfully treated due to the complexity of what would be an extremely expensive repair on an animal that could never again be used in the rodeo. Dr. Larson stated, quote, "A perusal of the literature of this type of fracture in this breed and temperament of animal reveals that repair is not possible," unquote. Dr. Larson said that if the rodeo claimed the bull was still alive, she'd like to examine the vet's work. So would we, but that will never happen because the bull is dead, although he wasn't even counted as a victim of the rodeo. Cheyenne rodeo promoters admit 5 animals died, but they take no responsibility. They even tried to put a positive spin on that number. Rodeo spin Dr. Bob Budd claimed that given all the animals used, only 5 deaths somehow shows how well the animals are treated. Mind-boggling. That kind of nonsense is a fine example of rodeo propaganda. As I said, the rodeo doesn't release general animal injury reports and doesn't respond to inquiries about specific animals either. Why? Because the true number of rodeo animal casualties is higher, much higher. If people knew the true cost to the animals, rodeos would lose most of their spectators and even more of their sponsors, although both spectators and sponsors should already know better than to support this cruel nonsense. If spectators want to see phony cowboys, they should just watch a John Wayne movie. These are just performers in a cruel circus. Real cowboys don't have time for this silliness. There are a number of unethical corporations who sponsor Cheyenne rodeo animal abuse, including American Airlines, Coca-Cola, Dodge, and Sonic. If you care about animals, please say no to these careless and unethical corporate rodeo animal abusers. This is Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
We have a saddle horse down at the other end, maybe slipped a bit.
Cody, you know what that is? Isn't that oh, we got one over. Now it's looking, everybody in shoot 9.
Everybody in shoot 9 is going to clear it out. Everything is okay. Everything's all right. I told you it's going to get wild. It's going to get western. And these horses